Your work as an author is not done when you publish your book. Quite the opposite. This is where the work begins. But don't worry, we've got a checklist of the 5 things you need to do the day your book is published. Now, this checklist is your book's recipe for success, so keep watching. Hey everybody, my name is Charlie Hone. I am an author myself and the head of multimedia for Scribe. We started Scribe Book School to help people write, publish, and market their books. So if you want to get your book done this year, be sure to subscribe to this channel. Number 1, stock up on copies. As Heather Fain said, the greatest marketing tool we have in publishing, and probably will never change, is word of mouth. And too many authors are reluctant to give copies away. You should be the opposite. Buy 50 copies of your book and leave them next to your desk with a Sharpie and a stack of manila envelopes. If you have a great call with a new connection, send them a signed copy of your book. If you're meeting with a prospect, bring a signed copy of your book. Catching up with an old friend, give them a signed copy of your book. I know, it can feel self-promotional. And unless you put your book in front of them, they probably won't remember your book. Your job is to make sure as many people as possible are reading, enjoying, and talking about your book. That is your job as an author. So giving away personalized copies is a great way to do that. Number 2, add your book to your email signature. The average person sends 95 emails a day. That seems crazy to me, but that's 95 opportunities every day, or 30,000 per year, to market your book in your email signature for free. For busy entrepreneurs and executives, that number is probably a lot higher, but it doesn't need to be complicated. Here are some examples. Honore Corder, she put in her email signature, "Have you read my new book? You must write a book. Get 2 free chapters here and buy it here." Shep Hyken wrote, New York Times and Wall Street Journal bestselling author Shep's latest book, Amaze Every Customer Every Time, is now available. Learn more at amazeeverycustomer.com. Zach Obrant wrote, trying to write a book but struggling to make it happen? Download the Scribe method here. If you have a team, it's also worth encouraging them to do the same with their email signature. Deb Gabor's team at Soul Marketing have a line in their email signature that says the following: check out our CEO's new book, Branding is Sex. Get your customer laid and sell the hell out of anything. Available on Amazon. If you want something a little fancier, many authors use WiseStamp to create beautiful signatures that grab attention and encourage click-through. Here's an example from John Ruhlin's email signature, which points people toward his excellent book, Giftology. Number 3, add your book to your social media. So once you've added your book to your email signature, it's time to get it listed on all your social media channels. Which social networks are most effective depends on where you are most active and where your readership spends their time. But here are a few no-brainers. Change your main bio on LinkedIn so it includes your title of author. This is the number 1 thing people will see when they search you on LinkedIn, so you want to make sure your book is front and center. In this example, Jared Kleinart set his banner to his book title and included award-winning author in his LinkedIn bio to promote his book, 2 Billion Under 20. Add the book to your LinkedIn profile as a publication. This will provide more detail about the book on your profile, and as an added bonus, it will also notify your connections of the book. Here's an example from Jay Kim, the author of Hack Your Fitness. Next, you can create a pinned tweet about your book so it stays at the top of your Twitter profile. That way, it's always the first thing your visitors see. Here's an example from author Jeff Blades, where he includes a link to download 4 chapters of his book for free. And finally, don't forget to include your book in your Twitter bio. For most professionals, this is the most common bio that people come across online. So make sure it highlights your work, like Cameron Harold's bio, which includes his books. Number 4, set your content marketing on autopilot. Buying a book is actually a big step for many people. A lot of people won't invest the time or the money in a book without building trust with the author first. So as a professional, your goal is not only to just sell more copies of your book, but it's also to spread your ideas freely and build up your reputation as an expert in your field. One of the best ways to accomplish all of these goals is to give readers a shorter taste of your content for free. Luckily for you, this won't require hours upon hours of blogging. Since you just finished a book, you have thousands of words and quality ideas to work with. All you need to do is make them online friendly. So here's how you do it. Go through your book and pick out 15 sections that provide valuable information and could stand alone as blog posts. Put them into a separate document, add an introduction and a conclusion, do a quick edit, and voila, you've got 15 blog posts. Set a weekly schedule to release one of these articles per week for the next 4 months. There are a bunch of places you can post them. Each of them has their own pros and cons, but for most professionals, the simplest and highest value place to post their content is on LinkedIn. Simply click the Write an Article button on your homepage, load up the article, and release it to your followers. And if you want to encourage book sales, be sure to add a link to your book at the end of each piece with a call to action to read more great content. Number 5, become a media source. Most authors know that securing media attention is key in driving awareness to themselves and to their book, but most of them aren't really sure exactly where to start in getting the attention of the press. There are a number of options available, but the first thing you should do is subscribe to HARO. HARO, or Help a Reporter Out, is a service that connects journalists with valuable sources for their stories. They write a brief description of what they need, and HARO emails a collection of these briefs out to their sources 3 times a day. You can sign up to be one of these sources for free. As an expert looking to get your name and book out there, this is a great opportunity. Once you've subscribed to their emails, you can scan through them as they arrive and look for appropriate situations to provide insight. Just reply to journalists with a concise pitch. Explain your expertise. Make sure to mention that you're an author and that you have a book, and if it's a good fit, they'll get back in touch with you and potentially feature you in their article. Now, it can be hard to break through on HARO because there's so many people, but it can also lead to some great opportunities. Last year, a response to a HARO inquiry landed Zach Obrant, the co-founder here at Scribe and the author of the Scribe method. It landed him in the Wall Street Journal. And as the expert in your field and a newly published author, you are a prime candidate to be featured by journalists. HARO is a low commitment way to connect with the right journalists and make that happen. So to sum up, book marketing isn't something to rush through and check off your list. As an author, your book is now a tool in your toolkit. Marketing your book will work in tandem with your personal or business marketing for years to come. But that lifelong journey starts with setting the right foundation. If you like this video, be sure to give us a thumbs up and subscribe. And if you want to check out more ideas on how to market your book, check out one of these videos next.